back to another episode of Friday Night Prime powered by Patco Transportation. I'm Jackson Jeffrey.
And I'm McLean Calnan. Let's get into the action.
Jackson got a chance to talk with Al Slate, who had a good run with the Action Sprint Tour.
Standing by here with Al Slate. So Al, we haven't really had a chance to talk to you this season, but last weekend you had a great chance to prove yourself there. What a great finish for you in the Action Sprint Tour race. Talk about what it means to finish on the podium.
Absolutely, buddy. We're just trying to keep it consistent here. Learning a little bit more every year, every week, and we seem to be dialing it in. So just getting comfortable and hopefully have a good night tonight as well.
So coming in here tonight, trying to roll on that success to keep it going, what do you guys think you'll have to do to have another successful high finish and hopefully put it back on the podium again?
I think we just need to have a good quality time here and get a couple lucky breaks in the heat and start up front and get that redraw.
Final question for you tonight is, do you have any other goals for the season? We're just about through the halfway point here in the regular season. Do you have any goals or strategies or anything that you want to succeed before the season comes to a close?
We want to win the Action Sprint Tour. That's our plan.
Here with Cam Thompson, 6th place finish tonight. Talk about that.
Feels amazing. Honestly, after the last couple of weeks, it's been a struggle. We're still struggling with this thing falling on its face, but come slick track time, it seems to strive because we're down on power. So I'm ecstatic. Thankfully, we finally a good points day. Finally.
And with the motor, do you guys have any more ideas you're going to tackle over the week?
I take a hammer to it at this point. Like, I've replaced everything on it. I don't know what its problem is. Now it's struggling for some oil pressure, so I'm going to have to really dive into it this week so we don't end up expiring a motor because I don't got a spare. So reground, recoup, see what we can fix. If not, we'll just be garbage in hot laps and work our way through the future.
To the inside for the lead.
Here they are off of corner number 4, coming to the checkered flag. Who's it going to be at the line? It's going to be Gledhill by a nose over Bowman. The bottom is going to have the second spot. Oh, Liam Martin cuts right in front of Mike Bowman. Bowman gives him a little tap down in 1.
Costa to the inside, gets to the inside of a couple of slower cars. That puts some traffic between himself and Bowman. Checkered flag in the air. Jesse Costa going to win over Bowman, finishing second.
How about it for the point leader, Jesse Costa?
We also had a chance to walk around the pits and talk to a couple of drivers.
Standing by here with Jacob Dykstra in the 5D. So Jacob, one of the big stories is that last time you ran here at Ohsweken, you didn't run this car. Now this is a separate car from what you ran, and you debuted this new wrap. Talk about what it means to get the car all lettered up like this, and what it means running a different car than you did last time you were here.
Yeah, well, we were struggling a little bit with momentum and just trying to get my feeling back in the car after we had that crash, and I think it was time just to flip the script and start over with a new car, new everything, and try again. Just we weren't finding speed that we thought that we should have, and hopefully with this new program we can find a little bit more.
Awesome here. Now let's talk a little bit more about the creative side. Whose idea was it to design the wrap? Did you sketch something up? Did you send it to somebody and just kind of play around with the idea? What went behind thinking in this new car?
Yeah, just our other wrap on our other car was kind of basic, and which was easy, right? You destroy a panel, it's easier to make it the same. But yeah, I sent all the logos out to a guy and said, hey, if you want to make something, do what you want. And he came back with this, and I said, okay, that looks awesome. So we'll throw it on and support him. A guy out of Chatham, he does really good work.
Now, one more thing is, we're just about through the halfway point in the season. How do you guys feel like you're doing so far? Are you looking at the points at all? And what are some goals that you guys think that you still need to hit?
Yeah, we're definitely out of the points chase. We're no longer looking at that just after crashing a car and a couple DNFs. So, yeah, I think it's just more trying to get together as a team, just kind of getting all of us to click. We clicked last year in the crates. We just need to work together more in the 360 program. And yeah, we're looking for a win and definitely some top fives. Haven't got there yet. So we're trying. It's just me and my dad here today. All of our crew guys are gone away, so it's going to be a new challenge today, that's for sure.
Here at Darren Dryden, not a great result of the Outlaws here at Ohsweken Speedway. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, we were just fighting some mechanical issues, but we ended up getting it solved. We had our drive shaft torque tube hitting the bottom of my seat, so not a good feeling and definitely impacts the handling of the car, but we ended up getting that fixed, and we had some really good outings there with the high limit division on the next 2 nights, so we were pleased with that.
And what did it take to get that car fixed up for the next 2 410 races you guys had?
We just did a temporary fix, but we've now basically taken the car apart and readjusted to where the seat was mounted to kind of make it safe again, and we're looking forward to what's come. But yeah, we got it fixed up for the race there at Ransomville. It was still hitting a little bit, but we had a really good run. We ended up coming 12th and battling there with the big dogs, and to be battling against Rico was definitely really cool, and Brock Searfoss as well. So we're definitely showing some speed earlier on, which is good. And then we went to State Line the following day, made the show, and we were pretty good there too. But yeah, we're looking forward to getting some more 410 seat time throughout the rest of the year.
Here with DJ Christie, 4th place with the World of Outlaws. Talk about that night.
Yeah, it was kind of a dream come true kind of night. It was we went into the weekend just wanting to put our name on the map, and I think we certainly accomplished that. Running top 5 with the Outlaws is pretty badass, to say the least, and we've had a lot of people come up to us and congratulate us. People I've always watched growing up, and yeah, we definitely did our name out there.
And you guys went down to the States again, raced more with the 410. Talk about how that went for you guys.
Yeah, we ran Ransomville, State Line, and then Weedsport for 2 nights. By Monday, I was ready for a nap. It was a pretty hot week, but it was a lot of fun with our friends and family on the road and traveling up and down I-90 there. And special thanks to the Hoddocks for letting us work out of their shop all week. That was a big help in letting us wash there and whatnot. And yeah, we made the show with high limit both nights at Ransomville and State Line, and then missed it both nights at Weedsport, unfortunately. We were 1 spot out the last night, and the first night we unfortunately put in the wall. I put in the wall, but hey, you got to try something, right?
Here with Nick Sheridan, 2nd place finish after a bit of a slump. Talk about the morale boost for your team there.
I don't really want to call it a slump. I guess that's what you'd call it, but no, we've had a really tough season. Just a lot of things not going our way. We had 1 win earlier this year, but just seems like every week something goes wrong. But we kind of struggled early tonight in the heat races, kind of really scratched our heads and tried a couple new things for the feature tonight, and it really worked good. We needed to start a little better. Still need to get a little bit better. I know there's 2 or 3 things I can still improve on with the car. I'm going to write them down here now so I don't forget for next week. But no, we'll be better. Hopefully we can keep this momentum rolling. Like I said, it's a big morale booster for our team. We really needed this tonight. It's going to help us all sleep a little bit easier next week, and come back here in 2 weeks really hammer down.
And you dabbled in the States there again last week. Talk about how that went for you guys.
That was a lot of fun, man. Racing with the Outlaws is never, when you make the show with the Outlaws, it's never a bad thing. So we had a good night with them. Need to work on the 410 qualifying program a little bit more, start a bit better, and just kind of tune on that a bit. But that's something I've only ran, 5 410 races now. So we got a little improvement to do in that still. We're still learning about these things, and you might think you got it all figured out, and you never stop learning. This sport always seems to humble you, and you just got to kind of keep digging and get better. So happy we had a good run tonight, and we can really build on this for the future. Hopefully keep some speed up and just keep getting better.
The 360 Sprints had an awesome night of racing. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Dylan Westbrook's back out in front. How about Ryan Turner? He'll jump into the 2nd spot ahead of his brother Corey. And Nick Sheridan, boy, he came right up in front of the 45. Oh, Sheridan slides him back down in 1.
Christie going to cross him over off the exit of turn 2. So you've got Dylan Westbrook out in front of the Turner brothers. And then Christie and Sheridan battling it out in 4th and 5th. Christie to the inside in the lead as he slides across the nose of Westbrook and Turner.
What an insane pass down in corner number 1. Christie to the top spot. He'll try and get by this slower traffic of Jamie Turner. Here comes Ryan Turner now to the outside of D-Dubs.
Westbrook back to the inside. He'll do it to Derek Jonathan, what Christie did last lap. He'll get around the 5 car, the 15 trying to do the same. What a battle at the front of this one. DJ Christie has never won a regular Ohsweken Speedway feature event. He's won the night before the Nationals. Now he's got a checkered flag on Friday night at Ohsweken Speedway.
How about it for the drive of 5, DJ Christie?
One of the biggest stories of the night was Ryan Kimball, a pavement racer coming all the way from the B main, winning the race. Now, unfortunately, he didn't pass tech, and there was a lot of talk around his situation, but he cleared everything up on Race Rivals, and he's excited to come back to the dirt track and race again.
Appreciate you coming on, Ryan. I appreciate you coming on. I understand last time we saw each other, you weren't too pleased, and I fully respect that. But Adam and I had kind of had an open book on how this whole deal goes down to give the fans some insight. It's awesome when we get a team like yours that makes the commitment to purchase a car, come out, race dirt, and have some fun with us, at least up until Friday, and I get that. Secondly, you drove the shit out of that car. I was just talking about in the intro. I don't think you put a wheel wrong all night. And, at the end of the day, the car, we found some stuff on it that wasn't right. And we never felt that if there was anything wrong that you were out purposely trying to do it. We just figured you maybe didn't know or whatever the situation was. But, you held off Bailey. You didn't push. What were your thoughts on the whole night? The floor's yours.
Yeah, no, like I said, I appreciate you having me on. Like I said, I'm not here to badmouth anything. I appreciate what you guys done down there. Beautiful facility. What you guys are doing down there, and promote it in the whole 9 yards. This bounty thing's pretty cool. And in all honesty, I showed up with not $10,000, so leaving with not $10,000 really doesn't bother me. I don't race for the money. I do it to go down there and compete, obviously, with the best. It is a long haul for us, obviously 4 hours, pretty close. An expensive 407 bill, the whole 9 yards. But I strictly have just come down because the facility's nice. It's just like as soon as you show up, tech is really good. Just the whole facility and the whole racetrack is, it's a beautiful. You can go 4 wide, 5 wide, and the racing is good. And, this isn't my first rodeo. I've been doing this for 25 years. It's not. I can honestly say, like, even the part that was in the car, that it was just, we didn't know. These things aren't really, I don't believe you can really do anything. It definitely didn't make me win the race. I went through the B main, obviously cutting a tire, won the B main, obviously shouldn't have been in the B main, but it is what it is. I put myself in that predicament with a car coming down and cutting a tire. A lot of these teams show up with 15, 14 tires, and I showed up with 5, leaving obviously the first heat with just, no spares. So it is what it is. I prepare myself with the best team, best guys around. We all know a little, and like I said, I drove the hell out of that car. I started 21st. I was there 2 weeks ago. Started 18th, got to 4th. I believe it is probably an impossible thing to do, and a lot of people have asked me if I'm going to do it again. I'm up in the fence, and it isn't about coming down and collecting the money. It's about running with Beagle and Bailey, and along with a bunch of other good guys. A lot of things fell in my favor. Cautions, getting the run on the inside. I got the lead, and then I know when I got to the outside, like Adam said, it's going to be tough on the outside. The leader, I'm not familiar with these guys' names or whatnot, but he dragged me down the front straight away. He got off the corner better. He had more motor. So nothing in my car is actually like cheating besides not having the proper module. It's all it does is fire the car. They went through fuel. They went through my body. There was quite the audience there. And at the end of the day, if that's what you're going to be there to watch, hey, I'm there to put a show on. That's my job. They went through valve covers, rockers, checking modules or checking the wire, the polarity, and the distributor. And so all the main components that would make a car fast. It passed. So I feel good about that. The percentages and stuff, like a lot of us just go over the tractor scales down in Cornwall. I've been out 4 times, with this car this year, one at Cornwall. Believe I passed the most cars at Ohsweken 2 weeks ago to get to 4th. Obviously, is what it is. I passed 20 something cars, on the Friday. Went down to Brighton, and I didn't need to go, but I had a point to prove, and I started 10th and finished 2nd. Most likely could have won the race, but I wanted to leave, not pissing anybody off. I left knowing that we still maintained speed, putting in a, like I said, I'm not here to badmouth anybody. It's I had the wrong part in the car, and I'll own that. And yeah, we're gonna move forward, and it's hasn't phased us. So
as the promoter, I want to see you come back and fight and do it and pass. And like I said, I thought it was just like you said, a misplaced part. I don't think you were doing this to catch an advantage, but as we said, that's why the tech is there, and that's why the car counts are where they are at Field Ohsweken, because no one's kind of squeezing one in. So I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming on and talk, but it's been great to have you. And I think the more of you guys that come over and run well, it only bodes well for us too. So I appreciate it.
For over 40 years, Patco Transportation, together with Encore Transportation, has helped move business across North America. Based in Ayr, Ontario, with a second terminal in Dalton, Georgia, this family-owned company is built on experience, reliability, and service. Patco Transportation, your LTL, truckload, and special events carrier.
Standing by here with Brock Gregory. Brock, a great finish for you, 4th in the top 5. Talk about it. Are you happy? Are you disappointed?
Starting 17th, coming up through the field, taking a 3rd after a DQ is, I'll take it any day. Bounty's still on the line, so that's huge. So we'll definitely be making our way back down here when we can, hopefully sooner than later, and see what we can do.
Yeah, you seem to be one of the front runners for trying to take this bounty down. Another thing that was a big story tonight is talk about the track. I mean, that track was pretty much glass all the way around. Talk about how that affected your driving style, and if you like driving on a more smooth or rough surface.
It was definitely a lot more smooth after the World of Outlaws were here there last week, which made a huge difference. It was took a lot of rubber, I found, and it was fast rated along the bottom, stay on the blocks, and it was fast. Tried our best to stay on the bottom, got caught up, a couple guys got us on the bottom, but we made back up for it and came home with a 3rd.
Final question for you here tonight is, what do you guys think you'll have to do to get it done next week and to finally take that bounty?
I definitely think we need to go over the car a little bit, maybe change a little bit things, because the last time we were here the track was a little bit rough, so we made some changes for that. But now that the track's kind of like this, it's probably going to be like this for the rest of the year, so we'll make some changes and adjust to that.
Standing by here with Mike Klazinga after a great, solid night for you. Started on the pole, obviously not the finish that you wanted, still inside the top 10. Really solid night. Talk about it.
I'm just happy to get it finished, no damage, and top 10 finish. Can't be any happier with it this year. That's the best finish I've had, I think, with it. So.
Yeah, that was another thing that I was going to talk to you about. We're kind of leaning towards the latter half of the season now. How do you feel that this new engine has improved from the start to now? Do you guys feel like you're making way solid improvements than you were at the start of the year?
Definitely making improvements. We're working on the chassis to get everything flowing. So next week should be a new week, and it'll be hopefully even faster.
One final question for you is, do you think next year you'll see a lot more drivers adapting this style of chassis, and do you think that you're trailblazing the way for how this car is going to be set up in the coming years?
Chassis-wise, I don't know if anybody else is going to try a metric, but I hope they do. I love them. And as for this engine combo, I think it's competitive, and I hope some other people take it on next year if we allow it. So,
The Thunder Sox had another action-packed night of racing. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Tyler French, he was turned down into turn number 1. Mark Bazine was there in the 21X. Bailey gonna take the, no he's not.
Wow. And there you see Gale waving on the 4-wide salute. What a great shot that is right there. Outside line did not work that time. 5 wide down the backstretch.
Ryan Kimball trying to clear Zach Bleach. Dave Bailey trying to get in there as well. We've got a new race leader out of turn 4.
He's there on the back bumper.
In 3 and 4, Dave Bailey is just so good at keeping that car on the bottom. Loses a little bit of it in turn 2, but he drives it deep into 3 and 4. Maybe a little bit of bumper loving with Ryan Kimball out in front.
Bailey looking for a run off the bottom. Here they come off of corner number 4. He gets the power to the track, but Kimball's going to win it.
How about it for flying Ryan Kimball? Well, Bailey, I didn't expect Ryan to come in off the pavement and take one to you guys tonight.
He asked lots of questions, and anytime they had a question, I answered it truthfully, and maybe him being an asphalt guy works out with my stuff, but congratulations to those guys. No matter how much I help, they still got to drive it, and he did an awesome job keeping me down low, and just congrats to those guys, and thanks to Gale for everything he did. Looks like we put on a good show for him tonight, and just good night overall.
Good job, Dave Bailey. Second, we'll get over here and talk to Zach Bleach. Zach, solid run for you. Adam was talking about, it looks like you've got the speed. You just haven't been able to get these finishes. Is that an accurate statement about your season?
Yeah, we just unfortunate luck lately, and I'm happy it's finally turning around, and we're going to hopefully keep going forward from here.
Freight doesn't move itself. It takes timing, trust, and a team that knows the road. For over 40 years, Patco Transportation, together with Encore Transportation, has served the North American marketplace with LTL, truckload, and special events freight. Family-owned, cross-border ready, and built to deliver. Patco Transportation, moving business forward.
Well, Dusty, the DeBoer family at Ohsweken Speedway represents a good chunk of our pit area. There's always multiples. Is there much rivalry within the family, or is it all support?
Oh, it's all support. Like there's we all kind of do different things. Trev's more of a mechanical side. I'm more of a number side. Tim's got lots of ideas. He can do a bit of everything. So we can all pitch in with each other all the time.
So last year, top 10 in the points, but you visited Victory Lane, which was tough to do. Not many mini stock racers got multiple wins, only 2. You got a championship in the family, but you're the only one that got to Victory Lane in the mini stock. So how does that feel?
It feels pretty good, and it was one of the earlier nights in the year where all the fast cars started at the front, and I didn't feel like my car was quite up to speed most of the year. So being able to get one where everyone's right there meant a little more than having them start at the back and kind of winning it that way. So it was a pretty big accomplishment.
So you're the stats man. You just told us that. How do we make that reflect in the stats? Like, hey, this is a win, but all the fast guys were at the front.
Yeah, it's hard to really justify that, like, because you get some guys that win, they start third, and all the fast guys start at the back, and yeah, it's a win, but you didn't have to race those guys. You got a head start, so it's tough to really compare one to another just because of everything's just circumstances.
We look at the rest of the body of work through the season, and it wasn't your best year, was it? Like, you had some top 10s, but a lot of nights didn't go your way.
Yeah, it started off all right. There was a couple nights that weren't great, and then the night where the track was really rough in August, something went off with my car, and we were just chasing, trying to figure out what was not right. And just the pack is so close that you give up that little bit, and you go from racing for 8th to racing for 20th, and you can't really help yourself once you're in that pack.
Did you find it once you got to the end of the year? Like, did you track down what the issue was?
No, I don't know. We're still taking stabs at that thing. We changed all kinds of stuff. We got a couple more ideas of things to try, so hopefully we can figure it out. But yeah, it's one of those things where you can't really, like, 1/10 of a second or 2/10 of a second, you can't feel that driving around in behind the barn. So you got to just get out there and see what happens.
So what are we going to set out for goals this year?
The last 2 years, I've had races where I didn't finish, and before that, like when I was kind of at my peak, it was top 5, top 10 every night, and didn't have DNF. So if I can finish every one, then that kind of sets you up for success in other areas.
That's interesting. So you're not talking about wins. We're not talking about finishing on the podium. You want to eliminate the DNFs.
Yeah, the wins, it's a lot of times out of your hands because the field is so close, and there's always going to be a couple guys where they've had a couple bad ones, and you can't make that ground up in traffic. Like, there's only so much you can gain. So you take what you can get a lot of nights. And I've looked at it the last 3 years of all the drivers that started at least 10 races, over half of them have wins. That's how close it is. No other divisions is as close as that. So
I love that you get us to the statistics. You'll find a way to get us there.
Yeah, I've got so much stuff on my computer. Like I've got every race result from all the weekly divisions back to 2006, and heat wins and feature wins and lap times for the last 8 years. Every feature lap for mini stock. So I got a lot of stuff to dive into to say, like, am I just feeling it that I'm a little off, or does it back up with numbers that I'm off? Right. So.
And does it help when you go out to the shop? So after doing your analytics, are you able to go out to the shop and say, okay, we've got to find something? There's speed missing, or is it just something you do for fun?
It's mostly for fun, but like last year I could see like those first few weeks. Yeah, I was kind of in the ballpark. Like I kind of compare every lap to how far it is off the fastest car that lap. Usually I want to be within like 2 to 4 tenths. And those last few weeks, it's like it feels off, but then you look at the numbers and yeah, you're 6, 7, 8 tenths average off the fast lap. And then you know something's different because like I feel like I'm doing the same thing. It's just everyone else that is further ahead. So you can kind of back up what you're feeling. It's not just anecdotal.
Right. So we can reach out to you in the summer and you can explain what's going on from a bigger picture than fools like me who just watch cars go in circle and talk about them.
Yeah, I can tell you this make, because mini stocks, there's 4, 5, 6 different kinds of cars. I can tell you, yeah, this one's gotten faster over the last few years. This one's kind of leveled off. This one's gotten any of that kind of stuff. I know what ones are kind of trending what way. So
we'll hold you to it. We're gonna have that conversation.
Oh, it's interesting to me, but I feel like a lot of people don't care. So it's hard to put it out there, and like you got to really dive into it and explain it, and it's further in depth than I think a lot of people want to get. So most of it just lives and dies in my computer.
Then it's that 3-wide battle. Lou back there.
Uh-oh.
And we got one around Chambers in the 9 machine. Is going to go around the corner number 2.
Settle down at the front. There's less than a second gap between first and second, but Craig Cole doesn't be able to seem to reel in Alexander Klotz. DeBoer still hanging on to third for dear life with Spencer Riddell putting the pressure from the high side. Klotz through 1 and 2, about 3/4 of the way up the racetrack. Cole gets a little bit squirrely, loses a couple of car lengths.
Looking for his first ever Insulation mini stock feature win, and he's going to do it. Alexander Klotz picks up the win.
How about it for his first win, everyone? Alexander, come on around front. Let's talk about this one. You know, you've been hanging around for a couple of seasons now. Your dad's been building motors here in a lot of the different classes. You came over from the blacktop to the dirt, and welcome to the dark side, man. What does it mean to be a feature winner here at Ohsweken Speedway?
Oh, this is everything I've dreamed of. Thanks to everyone back in the pits. Mike Gilmore, Karen, Mom, Dad, Sierra, and Ryder. Sierra told me to get it done today because she's going to Ottawa in 2 weeks, so I got to get it done. This one's for everyone back in the pits, and thanks to Gail for putting up this extra money today. And thank you to Case IH O'Neill's, TWR Karting, Klotz Auto, Gasket City, and Grindstone Landscaping. And thanks to all the fans.
You hit them all. Congratulations. Gail, come on in here and greet a first-time winner. His first ever feature win here, Gail. And Gail Hill in, our longtime supporter, in to shake his hand. Craig, you were fast here tonight. Not quite quick enough to take one away from Alexander, but still a heck of a run.
Yeah, that was a good one. I was hoping he was going to make a mistake there, but he drove the race perfect, and good for him on beating us.
Congrats.
Yeah, thanks. I'd like to thank all our sponsors, Glen Hills, all the boys back in the pits, our family and friends, and Hills for putting up the extra money, Glenny for having a nice spot for us. Great night every Friday here, guys.
Jeff, not where you want it to be with the sponsors in the house, but still a great run for you. Good points night here and a good deal.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Alexander deserved that one. He's been one of the fastest cars these last few races. So, yeah, I mean, I'm on the podium, so, you know, congrats to Alexander for the win, and thanks for Springers for being here tonight.
That just about wraps up another episode of Friday Night Prime, powered by Patco Transportation. I'm Jackson Jeffrey.
And I'm McLean Kelman. We'll see y'all next week.
Woo!